All right, guys and gals, this is Northman. We are back with Gunsmith part 6 through 16. This one took a little while to get into. RSAS was super pricey, and I was having a hard time getting one. Finally dropped down to like $2 million, and I bought it. So part 6 is the RSAS. Pretty straightforward build, as you can see here. Just a few items. The biggest thing is the 1500 sight range is requiring something scope-wise. The Voodoo actually worked, even though it kept saying I only had 800. You do need a suppressor and need to keep it under 6.5 kilograms. I believe the mag has to be empty for that to work. So pretty straightforward, easy one. Part 7 is the M870, so the Remington. This is a little bit more complicated build. You got to do a few parts here. 58 minimum ergo, 550 max recoil, attack device, foregrip, magpul M870 4 stock. So this is my build. This is what worked for me. You may be able to find a cheaper way to do it or a better way. Whatever works for you. This is just the way I did it. Part 8 is the AKM build. Now this is 45 min ergo, 800 sight range. So I use an Elcan for this. You do need a suppressor and a Fortis shift tack grip. That is going to be your limiter. You're going to have to buy that on the flea market most likely, and it's going to be a pain to get. I think when I did this, they were going for 85K or 90K. I believe they're a little cheaper now. The PMags are really easy to get. That's a pretty standard part, so go ahead and grab that when you can, and you're good to go. Next up is part 9, the AKS 74N. Now this is a pretty straightforward build. Again, this is what I call the Zenit build. So you need the Classica stock, the Zenit muzzle brake, and the RK3 grip. Pretty straightforward. It will get you there right off the bat. I don't even think you need a foregrip on this to meet the minimum ergo requirements or the recoil. Pretty straightforward one. Again, now on to part 10. This is the AK-105. I use a prism scope on this for the 800 sighting range, and then minimum ergo of 48, max recoil of 550, a suppressor, and this does require a 60 round magazine. So keep that in mind. You do need to fold this as well, and with that kilogram max, you do need to unload the magazine. Otherwise, with a 60 rounder, you will go over. Now on to part 11, the AS Val. Another super simple, you only need a few parts. GL stock is a requirement, as well as the NVG scope. And then you're going to need a ANPEC 15, which requires you putting the TAWS mount on. It's super straightforward, easy. All of these are fairly cheap except for the GL shock stock. It's one of the better ones right now. And then you do need the 30 round mag. Moving on to part 12, we have the AK-102. Now, this is my build. Again, you can probably find a better way of doing it. You do need the Zenit Klesch flashlight, the Magpul AFG grip OD, so the olive drab. You won't be able to buy it until you complete this quest, though. And then you need a rotor 5.56 muzzle brake, 8 cells max, so you have to fold it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Moving on to part 13, this is the MPX. So the minimum ergo, super easy to get if you use the required components of a skeletonized AR-15 grip, Annihilator flash hider, and the Last Tech tack light. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can throw a sight on there like a hollow if you want, but it's not necessary. Part 14 is the AKMN, and this is what I would call the Magpul build. So Magpul furniture, all in black, and then you need to also have the black PMag. Roto 43 muzzle brake, and then 5 kilogram max weight, so keep that in mind. 350 recoil, super easy to get to with everything, and then 47 min ergo. So easy, straightforward Magpul build. Part 15 is the M1A, so 20 min ergo, 400 max recoil, a 7.3 kilogram max weight. You do need the Ultimac M8, the Night Force ATARC, so 7x35, and then Aimpoint Micro sight, and a Holostone LS321 tack device. So easy build, pretty straightforward, a little on the pricey side, but not too bad. All right, now the final one, the M4A1. Now this one does require a REAP IR, the FDE CAC suppressor, 60 round mag, 5 kilogram weight max, 250 max recoil, and a 52 minimum ergo. This is the build I found that worked for me. MK10 handguard is also a requirement. The funny thing is I found one in raid and then sold it and then immediately needed it for this quest. GL Shock is a good idea right here, but you can use whatever works for you. And then you will get a Reap IR back from this that will be found in raid, and you can sell it, make back all the money for that on the fleet. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.